Welcome to the Employer's Chair Ghana, the podcast where we unpack the realities of work cultures from the employer's perspective. This is a space where business owners, leaders, and HR professionals across Ghana and Africa come together to share their experiences, challenges, and solutions to the issues shaping our workplaces. So, if you are a business owner looking to build stronger teams, create a thriving work culture, prepare your business for the future of work, then you are in the right chair. Grab your seat and let's talk. My name is Philomena and I am your host. So let's dive right into it. Why over-reliance of CVs creates mismatch between roles and employees? What's your take on that? I want to know the answer in the comment section. In this episode, we will explore the over-reliance of CVs, which creates mismatch between roles and employees. We will also look at skill-based interviews and tests. We will also look at the hidden qualities employers should prioritize. So if you are an employer, there are some hidden qualities you have to prioritize before taking somebody. We also learn about how to implement probation periods and measurable KPIs. So don't go away. Stay tuned whilst we dive into the why over reliance of CV leads to mismatch of roles and employees. So the answer is simple. It's not always that people with good grades are going to be good employees. Why am I saying this? In every work, you have to train the person based on the work that you are doing. It is good for the person to get a bit of knowledge, the book knowledge, but when it comes to the practical aspect of things, your business, you have your code of conduct. You have a way of doing your things. So there are things that you have to see in that person. Don't just rely on CVs. A few years that I started a business in Ghana, because people are not used to employers training them before doing it, they come and they want to do, like, to implement what they know rather than do what you want them to do. And at times it makes the work hard, because then you want the outcome in a certain way, but the person have done it their way. So what I want to entreat all employers to get to do is just find something, find like a basic thing that every employer that comes to your workplace should follow. You have to have something like that, just so you have like something, like a way your workers will work in a certain way. As I was saying about the Amazon thing, they employ you, you come in, you leave everything you know on the side. not like everything is, but you do it the way they want you to do it. So we as Africans, people I've talked to and the people I know, they think if you train the person and the person leaves, that is not good. You get somebody, you ask them, have you worked before? They will say yes. But the attitude, it means that they didn't learn anything from where they go. But there are certain skills that if you have worked before, it should come handy. But you get to see that many a times they don't have it. People skills, good customer service is lacking in our country. Whenever I'm in Ghana, wherever I go, if you have lived abroad and you come to Ghana, you go to certain places, banks and all, you fight, you get angry. And they don't understand because they don't have proper training as to how to treat customers. So an employer or a business owner listening to this podcast, I want you to take it that you don't even need to spend money in training people. Even the good customer service you have, you can pass it on to the person you have employed. At least find some time to train them a little bit, just so they know your way, they do it your way. Even if they go, they can pass it on, It's like you leaving them with something good. When we continue to do that, when every employer employs somebody and train them, give them a little bit training, they will be a better person somewhere. Don't think about where they will go. If you do that, God will give you somebody who is better and good. I always say that sometimes the people who leave, the one that will come might be better than, because everything you do, you learn from it. Another point that we have to look at, that as employer, what you have to look at is the hidden qualities that we have to prioritize. I'm talking to you as an employer. Hidden qualities. So the person you are employing, don't rely on the CV or don't rely on the certificate. You have to prioritize problem solving. The person you are employing, is he or she a problem solver? You need to think that, you need to look out for that in the person you are hiring. Is the person adaptable? Like the example I gave, some people cannot unlearn what they have learned. So it is your duty to find out if the person is adaptable. Can they adapt to the changes that you are going to effect? How you want them to do? Are they able to adapt to it? It is another thing that you have to look out for. Also, how is their attitude? Attitude. Honorable Kennedy Japon says something about attitude of the Ghanaian youth. The attitude of the Ghanaian, a lot of them are good, but not all of them. The attitude towards work. Are they killing you with lateness? Like what I was saying earlier. This is like a main topic that we will treat. That's where I'll share my experience. And their attitude towards work. We need to prioritize their attitude towards work. How are they? The willingness to learn. Is this person willing to learn? I got amazing people who had the willingness to learn, but they'll work with you a little bit and they will leave you because probably they are going to school. But always they don't tell the truth. That is another challenge. That is a big challenge. But in all, the person you are hiring is a person willing to learn, because If the person is not willing to learn, it will be difficult. The next point is the practical hiring strategies. The practical hiring is introducing probation periods to measure KPIs. When we say using probation, we give them time that you have a probation period of, let's say, 3 months, 6 months. Most that you can go is 6 months. Check the person's attitude. Is the person adaptable? Is the person willing to learn? It's very important. So you have to use this strategy if you want to build a strong team and better work culture or better business for the future. You need to look into that. Their willingness to learn, give them probation period. Somebody, funny enough, somebody told me that looking at how Ghanaians, most of them, when you hire them, they are dodgy. They don't tell you whether they will work for long or not. He keeps your money. He keeps half. So if I have to summarize everything we've talked about, here in Ghana and much of Africa, employment decision often, or hiring decisions often lean heavily on certificates and academic qualifications. Employers assume that good grades equals good employees. But in reality, the degree doesn't always reflect skills, work ethics, or cultural fit. The key takeaway I'm going to leave with you is the smartest hire is not the one with a perfect CV, but someone who is willing to learn and grow with your business. If you have stayed till this time, I'll say thank you for tuning in to the Employers Chair Ghana, where we unpack work culture across Ghana and Africa from the employer's perspective. We hope today's conversation gave you some fresh insights and practical solutions for your workplace. If you found value in this episode, please don't keep it to yourself. Share with a colleague or an employer and subscribe to our channel just so you don't miss any of our episodes. Until next time, keep building stronger teams and shaping better workplaces in Ghana and Africa. Thank you. Bye. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.